Hey guys, welcome to another session of Epic 7. This is my Advent side story, Enraged Blazing Emissary, Epic Hell runs. A lot of my work is based off what other people have already done. I actually got to this pretty late. I got to this morning. As you can see, I'm 4 out of 5 finished. I have one more run left. I'll be showing two teams. One I think is way more consistent than the other. But I'll be showing two just in case, like, maybe, you know, you guys are watching and you guys don't have all the heroes, or depends on which heroes that you can build easier without like swapping full gear. For this one, I did pop the free equip scroll. So actually, I don't even know where that scroll went. I think that, anyways, I'm supposed to have the free equip scroll showing on the UI there. I should still have a couple hours left actually. Yeah, so I'm gonna timestamp this video. If you're watching this, I'm gonna timestamp it. And I'll show both runs, I'll show both teams. I'll commentate on them as I recorded them, because there was RNG and stuff. I recorded them without a voiceover. In terms of just the event itself, I definitely am a bit disappointed compared to the first one. I mean, the rewards are still good. I mean, we've got, like, you know, bookmarks, we got Molagora, which I already bought. But the substat gem alignment is just not too incredibly exciting to me. But I guess, like, with how many potential Advent side stories that they're gonna be pumping out, they had to kind of split it. So last time we got something similar. I think we got six sets as well. But we had speed and counter set, I believe. We haven't seen lifesteal yet. But immunity at least is useful. Crit set for people who play really speedy, but now usually speed set, pen set. The other ones are kind of like eh. So I'm not quite sure like how I feel about this one. This one I feel is relatively more difficult, especially that team 2. I think the team 2 is the most inconsistent part. Anyways, regardless, as you're watching this, Epic Hell is made for end game. So if you're stuck kind of like in the middle, and you can't do it, don't feel too bad. It just takes some time, and you know, run hell mode. For the hell mode runs, I'll show kind of like I do a full auto team, but I'm not gonna show the entire run because it's not the point of this video anyway. So I'm basically running. This is credit to Sourpie, one of my guildmates. He was just saying that, oh yeah, he just ran like Milum, what was it, Milum, Tamarine, in the second team, and then the last team it was just like Luna. Which is the exact same ones that I'll be showing, and then I think it's like a Luluka. So this does like the hell run pretty consistently. I think I do fail sometimes if I fail to land some defense breaks, especially in round 3. But on full auto, that's fine. I think I'll be able to finish my event just doing this. As for the teams that you guys will be watching, yeah, I'll show the runs there. I'll explain as much as I can, and I'll show the builds after. Alright, so this is gonna be the first run. This is the team I tried first. Kind of adapted, like, you know, ML Ken I think was really good. I think a lot of people using ML Celine here. But there is really like no way to lose round 1 if you're using this team. The Rylet there is basically a flex pick. Mine's on lifesteal, and so it does pretty good damage, and it's just you have a 50-50 shot once you're full focused, and you can S3 like one of the targets. I think in this run, actually I think in both my runs, I got lucky, so it looks like I have to do like a lot of damage. It looks really cool. ML Ken is on lifesteal, Sigurd says. I'll show the stats, I'll show the gear after this. And also, I mean, if you guys know me from like watching Abyss, you know me doing PvE. I do not read the boss skills. I always feel it out or allow the stream chat to drive it. So like I said, a lot of the team comps here is not figured out because I read the skill description and saw it. So yeah, I get the lucky hit here. This one I think that like no matter what, he does counter. So that's why the ML Ken and the ML Selena are pretty good there. So this I think round 2 is definitely the hardest one for me. I was trying this last night on stream live, and a lot of issues, and I couldn't figure it out. The F10 is a pretty good option. It's just that it's super RNG. I do have her on Sierra Ren because sleep and silence are pretty good for those, whatever they're called, those lantern thingies. But you basically want to like, there's a couple things. I think what I figured out is that you got to make sure that you're not hitting those lanterns or anyone if they have a buff, or you try not to, they'll counter. Every time they do a like regular attack, I think they steal a buff or something like that. And then if you can let them have an ultimate, they cleanse and then speed buff themselves. So it's like it's kind of risky. So you could run like maybe toggle as ancient book on F10 if you need that S3 quicker. But the end is pretty good here, just being able to cleanse, being able to have attack buff. I got lucky on the first Luna hit though, because I did land it on defense break, although I have beaten this without that kind of luck. The luck that I'm saying that is required to beat this, to be honest, is actually just your luck of them not countering you and you surviving. It's actually, so this team I wouldn't recommend, but it's just in case if you don't have the Watcher Shuri strays comp that I'll show. Because that one, like, some people don't have strays, but you know, you might not have F10, you might not have Luna either, so there's a lot of stuff. So yeah, the Zero Ren proc there with the sleep, I think that's kind of nice. Again, sleep and silence from Zero Ren is very, very good. The attack down and the poison from Zero Ren is pretty garbage. And they can't be stunned in terms of you can't use an Abyssal Crown, so I've tried that. I think they can't be stunned. So if you hit the boss, it CR boosts the team. So like sometimes you can control that too. So like the lantern on top there, right there, he has a redirect provoke. So like it's good to like time that if you're using this F10 comp, to time like when he gets a turn, so you can hit the boss to CR boost it, or you don't hit the boss and you don't CR boost it. So she gets more debuffs. I think 3 debuffs on the boss gives you 30% more damage. But honestly, you're trying to get the death break. I think if I were to tune my Luna, I would probably tune her faster. But again, this can be shown in the... I got that lucky silence there, right? So it seems like there's a lot of RNG walls here. But honestly, if you have better gear than me for this round, I think you should be fine. So anyways, we did that. We did the S3 there because we want to get more souls for this round. So I saved the Luna's S3 mainly for souls because she can't really defense break. The effect resist is too high, my effectiveness is too low. So my Furious, again, his S3 is not maximal, so it's 90% proc rate. So if you have 100%, you're only, you know, fighting against the 15% RNG. But I did get it here for the showcase, so that's good. My cigarette is also pretty good. It used to be for a Wyvern one-shot, and so I re-geared her for this because I think that one-shotting this boss is just the way to go. She does have the same setup for a Wyvern one-shot.
All is by your will. This is your end.
Okay, so this is the run with F10 Luna. The other run I'm gonna show is with Strays and Watcher Shuri, and honestly, that's the one I would definitely suggest because you don't have RNG. So I'll show that right now. So this is the this is the second comp. So I'm gonna run this again, like so you guys get the variables on the RNG for the other teams. So exact identical teams. I think again round 1 is not an issue for most people. I forgot to turn on auto here. This one was pretty good. That I almost wanted to go full auto, including the end. With the Amelia, Furious, and the cigarette, you can almost full auto it. And I think in this run I actually let it auto as long as I possibly could. In terms of there are 2 steps that I need in that run to be able to guarantee that I get the kill. So I had to manual 2 steps pretty much at the end. Mainly one is the soul burn, the cigarette, and also to target the right attack buff CR boost with Amelia. Oh yeah. One thing about this is that my Riley kept on getting hit, so he's definitely not the way to go. But again, like I said in the first round, he's a flex pick. I did have to do re-gearing for this event, at least the Epic Hell. So once I'm done the Epic Hell, again I'm on, I have one more entry left. Once I'm done, and I'm gonna run this comp that you're watching right now. Once I'm done, I'm gonna re-gear them back and then just run the full auto for the hell mode. Yeah, man, ideally I didn't have to re-gear, but I think it's worth it. If you do have the gear, it is definitely worth it. So this is all full auto right now, as you see. This is a key that I'll explain again in the stats, is that you want to turn off Watcher Shuri's speed imprint. You want to turn it off, ideally, because it's better. So you get more Hellcutter stack on strays. That hit on the boss CR boosts the ad, and so therefore more Hellcutter on strays. With a Hellcutter at like a 4 or 3, you will miss the kill, depending on your stats. But with my stats, I missed the kill. And again here, I'm still on full auto here, because Amelia's cleanse comes in when everyone's debuffed. That's her priority AI. And then Furious, of course, we know this. If you do Wyvern or did Wyvern with Furious in the past, is AI. Now this is the part where I have the manual. I didn't get the target debuff that I did, so I have Song of Stars, but it's plus 27. I didn't get it, but just to prove it that you don't even need Song of Stars as long as you get the stats, this is the run. So Song of Stars didn't proc, it's 95% I think at plus 27. But my cigarette has high effect, so this is definitely a kill. I think that's is that 100% defense pen? It's close, but either way, once you get the stats, you'll be able to run that without Song of Stars proccing. Realistically, you just need a defense break. Anyways, so those are the teams. This one's definitely the one I would suggest, because no RNG on the round 2, and round 2 was the one I struggled with the most. I'm going to show the stats right now. Quick shout out to my Patreon supporters supporting me monthly: Silly, Azure, Deekboy, Kariha, RG Fua, Stone Thunder, Torn B, and Potatoes. Thank you guys for supporting month on month. If you guys are watching this and you want to support me through that avenue, definitely check it out in the description box below. Other than that, let's get to the builds. So for the first team, I did A Ravi, Rylet, and ML Ken. This is my Apocalypse Ravi. This is my PvP one. However you want to, judge it. This is my PvP one. Did it for last season of World Arena. Haven't really changed it. It is lacking a couple of stats here and there. Now that I look at it. And ML Ken, this is my ML Ken. Also for PvP, I never had to really rebuild him. I had an ML Ken showcase a couple months ago, maybe half a year ago now. Yeah, that's him. And then Remnant Violet. Remnant Violet, this is my Remnant Violet as well. Really liking this kind of high damage build. Use him in World Arena as well. And just recently got the Shepherd of the Hollow to plus 30 because it's in the powder shop right now. Quickly show the stats, although this is not really that important, I guess, to most players. You're just looking for the ultimate stats. Anyways, that's round 1. So round 1 is shared between all both runs. I'll share the F10E comp first. So I do have a DN. DN is on Rod, at least mine is. Those are the speeds. Now if you do have in round 2, if you do have all elements the same, you get 40% speed boost. Okay, so with the Watcher, Shuri, and Strays comp, you don't get that, which I guess is fine because you want Hellcutter stack. But this is the DN. Let's go for F10E. This is F10E on Sierra Ren, also my PvP one. It is at the nest. I keep pulling fire 10Es. Really lucky actually. So this is my F10E there. Could use more bulk, I think, in the fight. You could use more bulk. And then Luna. Luna is supposed to be on Daydream Joker. Okay, so I did use Daydream Joker in the run. It is missing here. So just imagine like maybe another 200 attack or something like that on Luna, and that would be the Luna I'm using. I would definitely suggest higher speed if you're trying to benefit from that first turn F10E defense break. Definitely higher speed. I would say like 160 or 170 just to bypass any sort of but that first defense break with the soul burn S1 on Luna is a huge difference. So you could actually, you know what, you could actually change up the EE. I didn't really think about that, although I didn't do it for the run, but you could definitely use the combat readiness one. That might give you more headway actually. Just now that I think about it, I didn't really think about it when I did my run. So that's my Luna. So with Daydream Joker is about another 200 attack, and then the last team was the Amelia. This is PvP Amelia again. I'm using Guardian Ice Crystals. Not necessary, nor does it matter in my opinion if you could get that one shot with Cigarette. Do have an imprint there for the 4.33% attack. Everything else is pretty standard. And then I got my Furious. Good old Furious. Had to ungear him because I don't even use him anymore. But he was perfect for this. You need, I think it's 100% effect resist. So you need 85 effectiveness, and you need 85 effectiveness minimum. So that's pretty easily achieved here. You got a speed boot going on there. Had a unity set for when I used to hunt wyvern with him. Everything else is also pretty standard. Again, like I said, it's a plus 27, so 95%. And as you saw in the second run, also this wasn't max Mola. I never wanted to Mola him because I wasn't convinced, but he's always been like this. So 90%, if you have him already invested, 100%, that's even better. You wouldn't need the S2, you wouldn't need the extra turn cooldown because you're not overcycling. But if you already invested in for wyvern, this is perfect for you. And with Song of Stars. Song of Stars just makes the kill way easier, but it's not required if you can get the Cigarette stats. I'm going to show the Cigarette stats. So this is the Cigarette. It is on Daydream Joker. It does apply, and then of course Rage set. It is pretty much max moloed outside of the S2. Again, use it for wyvern one shot. This is the EE you want to use, the 20% extra damage. So pretty much you have a portrait with the Daydream Joker. The hit set on this build is really what's giving that effectiveness. But again, I mean, there's like some resist here and there. It's not such a big deal in my opinion, but I think I had to land a couple bleeds to be able to kill it without Song of Stars or something. But regardless, that's pretty much it. And then the last one would be the Strays Wachashuri comp for Team 2. Now I did use this Singelica. I have two Singelicas, one for quote-unquote PvP, and the other one is my wyvern one-shot one. I realized that I needed her to just be slower in order for my tuning to work out in terms of the Hellcutter stack. So I was using this one, the 250 one, and I just kept on getting the turn because I applied the speed buff way earlier, so it decompressed the CR timeline. So this compresses the CR timeline, and then when you get the speed buff, your characters don't move as fast. Okay, so that's just something to note. So about 200 speed. The effect resistance, whatever, that's all because of wyvern one shot that I use it for. And then on this Warhorn, I have a plus 27 because I split it. And then Wachashuri and the Strays are definitely the biggest rebuilds. I had to fully rebuild them from the ground up. Broken set on the Wachashuri, just try to get as much damage as possible. Again, I did mention in the video, you don't want the speed up for everyone. You basically don't want speed imprint. Ideally as slow as possible, which for my case it worked out because Strays is actually pretty fast even if you don't have a speed imprint. So I'm 140 speed on this this Wachashuri. Just quickly show the stats. Again, broken sets, but a lot of flat attack, high crit damage on the chest piece. The 12 speed here and the 9 speed here really good for this, just to catch up with Strays or actually beat him in speed. Strays are 133, so I'm 7 away. Very hardly that I'll have an RNG issue with that, but on a destruction set, 350 crit damage. It is full moled, full imprinted. Here are the stats. Realistically, I mean, if you don't have any speed at all in your gear, that's even better. Just because you want him as slow as possible. You basically don't have a chance of dying even if he's slower than this. So I am 24 speed in from his base, and that's not necessary. But with the stats that you have here, if you match it, then you can get that one shot. So it's very good. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this one. I'll end this here. Again, like, the community is fantastic. Everybody, like, you know, putting out guides, putting out like their comps and stuff like that. So if you watch those and you already benefited, that's even more fantastic. If you're watching mine, you benefit from it, that's great as well. Anyways, I'm gonna end this for the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.